Yo, so how's everyone doing? Today it is March 4th, 2020, and we're going to go ahead and break down pretty much what's going on lately. It's Patrick Holmes, you already know what it is. If you guys like what you hear or what you see, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe, leave a comment in the bottom because that helps out the YouTube algorithm, and really appreciate it. I love getting some good feedback. So yeah, it is March 4th, 2020, and we're gonna get into some serious topics here. Last week we had the fastest downturn correction, whatever you want to call it, in history. So we went down about 12% in the S&P 500, and this is all because of the coronavirus that's going on, or at least that's what people say. I think there's a lot of underlying issues with the economy. There's bubbles on bubbles, pretty much the almost everything bubble, except for gold, of course. So lots of things going on here. Now, on Monday, we did have a very good day. We were up about 5%, 6%. And then going on Tuesday, we were back down about 2%, 3%. And then today, Wednesday, the 4th of March, we are back up about 5%. So it's been a roller coaster. I did tell you guys about some coronavirus stocks that I was looking at. Those shot up and then shot back down. So they could still be good buys, but you do have to realize that they are a small, volume. So it is going up and it's going down. I mean, you'll see 20% one day, up 20% down the next day, 50%. It's a roller coaster. So if you want to be nimble and you want to be a little risky, you can check out those stocks: APT, Lake, NVAX, and CODX. That's the ones I would look into. One that I don't have is Quigen. That just went up 15%, not too bad. And then Regeneron, that's a much bigger company. That one looks like it could be a good buy. We're out here in California, and we just heard that schools in the LA County are going to see some shutdowns because of the coronavirus. There's about 10 deaths in the United States, and we have not really been testing much. So this is a big issue, and we have yet to really see how many cases we actually have and how many people really do have this virus. The president did meet with some pharmaceutical companies over the last few days, and they're going to work on expediting, trying to get some kind of vaccine, some kind of cure for this big issue. So like I said, stocks have been up and stocks have been down. For the most part, it doesn't really matter what you own. The index funds, the mutual funds, the individual stocks, they're all going up and they're all going down. So one thing that I would say, and we're going to preach this on this channel, is gold and silver. So gold did take a dip on Friday, the 5th day of the decline initially last weekend. And don't worry too much. What it looks like to be is a lot of people liquidating their holdings to cover their shorts, or their longs, I guess in this case, and get some money back. So in past bull markets for gold, that was the case. So that's pretty much the case again that we're looking at. You can buy gold. It's about $16.50 an ounce, and it has not hit the all-time high, which is about 1900, right? So we're getting close there, and I do believe we will reach 2000 by the end of the year, which will be a year to date of this year, 2020. We'd be looking at about a 25% return. And And one of the clues that I do see is because in other countries, gold is making indeed an all-time high. So the United States market needs to catch up on that. So that's a good sign if you do not have gold in the United States and you want to purchase it. It's about $16.50 an ounce. Now, if you do not want the physical bullion and you want to get in a little bit cheaper, but you still want to get into gold and not silver, which we'll talk about another time, you can opt in for the GLD stock ticker, GLD. So that's actually not going to be a mining stock. It's going to be actual gold, but it is going to be in stock form. So yes, it's going to track physical gold, but it's not physical gold. It is backed up by physical gold, but obviously you cannot ever exchange and say, hey, I want $150 worth of gold, because it's a stock, and that's the way it's going to be. So, but you can get into it at a much cheaper price. It's also a lot easier to kind of move around rather than having physical gold. If you kind of want to look into it, maybe go in and go out. This is obviously a long-term play, but you know, everyone's different. So it is a little bit easier in that way. Now, Peter Schiff has pretty much talked about this day of reckoning coming. And on Tuesday, the Fed did indeed lower the interest rate by 50 basis points. And I don't think that's going to do much for the coronavirus outbreak. Pretty much all analysts are saying this is not really the best idea, cutting the interest rate again. Now we're down to 1%, and we're getting close to zero. It's a ticking time bomb, guys. It's a ticking time bomb, so be very careful with everything that's going on. Jim Cramer has actually been talking about gold. You know him, he's on Mad Money, and he is a wild animal. He's all bullish about the stocks usually, and it's rare for him to actually be talking about gold. So I think that's a good sign. I'm not saying he's the smartest man in the world, or he's not. He's very entertaining, but one thing I will say is that if he's talking about gold, I mean, it would be a good thing to look into, just because he wouldn't normally talk about gold. You know, it's not like he's been talking about gold like Peter Schiff forever. This guy never really talks about gold. So if he's talking about gold, and then it basically verifies kind of what Peter Schiff has always been saying. So shout out to Peter Schiff. So yeah, buy some gold, guys. It's going to be going up. Buy some GLD. You can get into some mutual funds. Peter Schiff has EPGFX, and it's managed by Adrian Day, and it's a great mutual fund. I have some myself. There's also Barrick, which is gold, the ticker gold, GOLD, and that is a mining company. Okay, so a little bit different than gold, but do some research, get into gold. I think we're in a very bullish market right now for gold. So all right, guys, yeah, so we'll see what tomorrow brings, and I'm going to try to be making videos a little bit more often and maybe a little bit more structured. But anyways, I hope that you guys like at least some of the knowledge I'm able to give to you guys today. And like I said, leave a comment. It helps me out. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong, and I'll try to improve on everything. So you guys have a great day, and let's get some gold. Let's get some money.